Okay, welcome back. And you caught us napping there. We were talking
Were we
about
napping? That
well,
song. We're talking
that
about
we were talking about that song, and that song always just brings out something in a lot of Nigerians. And we were talking with our guest, who also thinks that that song just is so inspiring.
I'm telling you.
You
I'm
know.
telling you.
And talking about our guest, we were talking to our guest is Mr. Lola Odujiri, and Mr. Lola Odujiri is a pilot. And guess what he wants to do? Before we came on air, I asked him a question. I said, "Are you mad?" Mr. Odujiri is a pilot and he's preparing to embark on a historic solo flight around the world. Yes, you heard me right. He wants to fly solo around the world. I'll ask you that question again. Are you crazy?
Nope.
Good. So, what do you think you're doing?
Trust me, it's not as crazy as you think it is. It's about time.
About time for.
It's about time Nigerians, Africans that exploring, that doing different things that is more common to the Western world. They're not any different to us. And it's about time to inspire the kids. It's about time to dream, dare to dream, and put your dreams into action. It's about time. There's no reason why we shouldn't do it.
Now, where did this idea come from? Who put this idea in your head?
To be honest with you, it started quite some time ago when I was a kid. And I've always been one of those kids everyone says, "Oh, he's dreaming again. He's dreaming again." And for some strange reason, everything I've dreamt of, I've always chased for it.
Is that why you became a pilot, so that you could fly around the world?
Yes.
Wait, did you read the book Around the World in 80 Days?
I didn't actually read it, but I know of that book, yes.
So
But,
how long are you planning to fly around the world?
In 6 weeks. In 6 weeks.
Is that possible?
Absolutely. It's possible.
That's less than 80 days.
Yes, it is.
So, what exactly? Okay, you said you've always had this dream as a child.
Yes.
What do you want to achieve?
Again, it's like any dream. You just want to fulfill that satisfaction that, yes, I've put this to bed. A lot of us don't know why we do certain things. As long as it's not harming anyone, I don't see why we can't do it. And I just don't feel a sense of achievement until I've done this trip. I know for a lot of people, they can't understand why we're doing this. But I mean, if it helps, there's 3 objectives. The first objective is to fly around the world safely and get back into, we're going to take it from Nigeria, Lagos, and fly back into Lagos. So that's the first objective. The second objective is to actually inspire the kids of Nigeria. They all have good role models, but we think they need more. A lot of them, I'm sure, do have big dreams, but they think, maybe, nah, that's not for me.
They feel limitations.
They absolutely. It could be for different reasons, resources, you name it. And thirdly, it's going to have a charitable aspect to it as well, just to give back. So we will be helping out Nigerian charities, international charities as well. So the message is, to the kids as well, just guys, dream and put it into action. Just work hard.
How long have you been in the industry?
Well, I started flying in this coming April will make it 17 years I've been flying airplanes. April 1999, I started flying airplanes. So I've been in it for quite some time.
And you think you have enough hours to actually...
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Who's going with you?
Just me and Jesus. I'm just
no
going by
engineer
myself.
is going with you?
No, not at all.
And should you develop problems along the way?
Well, we have certain checks. We'll perform every 100 hours. But in this case, we're going to be doing ours in every 40 hours or 50 hours.
You keep saying we. Who's we?
Well, I couldn't do this by myself. We have a team of professionals led by a Mr. Ladi Animumani. He's the project director. We also have a lady called Ireti Bakari Yusuf. We have other people in the team as well. So I couldn't achieve this by myself.
But they're all on ground.
Everyone's on ground.
So would the team be at every stop?
Certain stops. For example, they'll be in the UK, they'll be in the US, they'll be in Hawaii.
Okay, now tell us, what is the route? You take
Okay.
her from Lagos.
Yes.
Where do you go?
I'll take her from Lagos, and I'll fly to Cameroon, Yaoundé, and then from there I'll take another 11-hour flight to Kenya. My plane isn't that fast anyway, so
Okay.
Okay.
Now, what kind of plane is it anyway?
it's a very
Cessna?
specially modified. No, it's not a Cessna.
Okay.
It's a Cirrus. It's been in production for about 10 years now.
Okay.
Fastest selling aircraft in production right now. It's got a very unique, what's it called to it?
Okay,
It's got a
that's
parachute.
that's your plane.
Yes, that's the exact plane I will be flying around the world. Yeah,
Isn't
Okay.
that too
that's
small?
Chloe. Chloe.
Oh, you call it Chloe?
Yeah,
She.
my daughter named her Chloe.
She's Chloe.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's
Okay.
Chloe, yes.
So that plane looks quite small,
It is small. Yes,
and you intend to take that around the world.
absolutely.
Will it contain all your supplies?
Yes, all my supplies. I don't need the extra 3 seats, so I've converted it into something else.
Okay.
So,
So you take off with that Nigeria to Cameroon, from
yeah,
Cameroon
from
to
Cameroon
Kenya.
to Kenya, Nairobi, and then from Kenya I fly to Djibouti, and then
Okay.
UAE, and then from UAE to Nagpur in India. From India we fly down to Bangladesh, Thailand, Malaysia, and then I fly to Darwin, north of Australia,
Australia.
Gold Coast, east of Australia, Port Vila. From Port Villa
Oh,
we go.
you're going to Port Villa?
Yes, ma'am.
Say hello to my brother.
Oh, if you give me a letter, I'll deliver it for you. And that's a promise.
Okay.
So Port Villa, and then Pago, and then we'll fly to Kiribati. From Kiribati,
Where's Kiribati?
it's an island between
Papua New Guinea?
yes, and Hawaii, and then go to Hawaii. Then in
You're in the
Hawaii,
US.
I would relax a bit. The project director will come over, strip me literally of everything I don't need, and I'll take off for a 14.5-hour flight across the pond. So there's no piece of land between Hawaii and San Diego. So that's the big deal. So set out early in the morning, 14.5 hours, cross over to San
Can
Diego.
this little plane do that length of flight?
Yes, these aircrafts actually do about 4.5 hours, but we've modified this Chloe, beautiful Chloe, to do 17.5 hours.
Wow.
Don't ask me how.
No.
17 and a half.
I'll go
That's
into the technicals.
flying
And we
literally
have
from
all-
Lagos to almost Australia.
Yes. So
If what about the regulation? I mean, different countries have different
Yes.
regulations. Are you prepared for all the different regulations in the different countries? and all
yes,
of that?
we have a company called Overflight Permits. They've actually run. I've done something similar to this actually. I've flown about airplanes from the US down to Nigeria before. I've done from Slovenia as well.
Yeah, but I'm not in this kind of aircraft.
It is smaller actually. So I have trained before the project director actually, said, okay, let's do this. They said, dude, you've got to prove me right. You've got to prove you can do this. So we have done all our practice. We've been at this for a long time. So this
Long
plane,
time. How long, sir?
well, active preparation, 3.5 to 4 years. Literally, like working hard. In the last 10 years, done a few stuff like aerobatic flying, racing flying, just to prove to myself, I think I know how to fly, kind of thing. So yeah, the plane would do it, 17.5 hours, and it's got a very nice engine in it, relatively new, pretty good.
That's
Did
you.
you have
is,
to-
that, is that a picture you took in one of your
That's me,
flights?
and yes, that was me after we just got the aircraft and the tanks was installed. So I don't know if you can see something at the back, at the rear. So that's my extended tank.
Okay, so you do have an extended tank.
Did you have to do any medicals for this?
Yes, and right now I'll be off in the next couple of hours for my physical training, and that would include the medical as well. So I'm off about 5 weeks, physical training, try to lose some weight, save some fuel, stay awake for 14 hours.
Yes. So you stop in Hawaii, you take a break in Hawaii, and then from Hawaii,
From Hawaii to San Diego, from
Uh-huh.
San Diego to Texas, down to Florida,
Across.
and then up north
Oh,
to
back down to Florida.
yes,
San Diego, Texas, Florida.
yes, there's a reason for Florida. You'll find out later.
Oh, you want to drop by at your school?
There's a good reason for Florida.
Okay,
So,
we'll find out. Okay.
Yeah, so back north to what's it called, New York, and then maybe from New York we go to Goose Bay, and from Goose Bay we fly all the way to Reykjavik, and that's in Iceland, and then from Iceland just pop over to Scotland, England, and then we'll probably go to Channels Television in England, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll be waiting for you, don't worry.
Absolutely. And then fly down to Gibraltar. From Gibraltar, take a straight leg into Accra, Ghana, and then the next
Back
day,
to Lagos,
final day to
back
Lagos.
home.
Yes.
So on what date are we expecting you back?
We expect to kick off between the 18th and 24th of April, and 6 weeks thereafter. So we're looking at the very last week, very first week of June, last week of May, first week of June, by God's grace.
So let's just say June, barring any weather conditions.
Absolutely. Yes.
Because all of this
And
trips
engine trouble.
100%.
all these trips you talked about, it's dependent on the weather
100%, yes.
and the engine conditions.